Hey guys, welcome back to the Project Bodybuilding Podcast, and today is the day. It is time for my Olympia predictions, and I brought in a chaperone just in case I don't go so off the rails. Today, Marx Maximus will be helping me make my 2024 Open Mr. Olympia predictions. Lagging Mark, actually. I didn't tell you, but you were lagging.
Why wouldn't you tell me? You're a monster.
There's nothing we can do to fix it. It's so odd. Like we'll do another one of these today on Josh's channel more than likely, and you'll be just fine there. But I guess he
So
uses
you,
an entirely different app entirely, but it's anyone really.
so you just didn't want me to worry about it
Yeah, exactly.
because there's nothing I can do about it.
There's nothing you can do.
So why do you worry about politics?
I
There's
don't.
nothing you can do about
No, I
it.
watch it like a movie. I don't
Actually,
watch.
you should run for mayor of your little town.
No. I've done way too many things.
Ah, it can free up time.
Are
I could
you?
see it. I could see you up there.
A mayor's not big enough for me. I would want to be maybe
Governor?
governor. Yeah.
You got to be a governor of an entire state. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah. Maybe I would have to go to a bigger city, maybe one that's not already kind of like a shithole.
You
Uh,
know, Charles Barkley was a governor.
Charles Barkley, the Charles Barkley, basketball player,
Yes, he was.
a governor. Is that what you said?
I believe.
For how long? A day?
Maybe he
Was it
was
like a
just the mayor.
ceremonial thing? He was just
No,
mayor for sure. Governor, like of what
mm,
state? Of
Jesse
what?
Ventura was governor.
I do know that Minnesota.
Jesse the Body Ventura, the
Yeah.
Brain Ventura.
I used to watch his show, the conspiracy one. I love that show.
They shut that off. You can't find it anywhere now.
It's fun. It's odd how that works, huh?
Yeah, isn't it? The heart
It,
machine and all that stuff.
I remember specifically the JFK episode because he was a Marine, right? And he tried to do what Lee Harvey Oswald supposedly
Wasn't he
did.
a SEAL?
Yeah, correct.
Or
Oh,
no,
you no, you're right. You're right. He was a Navy SEAL. Um, he tried to do what Lee Harvey Oswald did from the same uh angles. He did, so many feet up, the angle of so many degrees while the car was, I think he may have even made the car stationary. I can't even remember. With the same rifle, same ammunition. I think they did it on the most similar day they could, and he tried for maybe a few hours, and he couldn't replicate what Lee Harvey Oswald supposedly did. And I think like his point was there had to have been a second gunman.
you hiccuped there.
No, you hiccuped. You literally left the thing.
I never touched anything.
Well, now you're not lagging, but I'm sure that'll stop.
Oh, really?
It's
Do a dance, do a dance.
it's slight, but it's just like normal Zoom kind of lag. What do you think about my background? I'm still using this, but I kind of like it.
Not much.
You got Hottie, you've got Beiruz,
Can't tell.
Nathan, Beiruz again,
I can tell Nathan. That's about it.
Samson. Oh yeah, what was the giveaway for What was the giveaway for Nathan?
The elongated or the red background.
Okay, okay, and then that's Akeem. That's John De La Rosa, Andrew Jack over here, and then down here is I think that's Mofoda. I'm
You're
not.
just gonna make people go blind.
Okay, so I hate making comparisons with big lists that are competitive. Because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, for example, I know some people do the call outs like you do. Like, you have like this guy's going to be roughly in this call out. This guy, this group's going to be this call out. That's fine until like
It gets hazy in the center.
it does, and then if one guy jumps to a call out that he's not supposed to be in, that he was not predicted to be in, better or worse, it like throws off a lot of things, because then the whole structure of the call outs may be moved. Um, I used to do
Well,
tier lists. I used to do tier lists. Basically, I would say this guy has top five potential. And I'd put like six, seven guys in their max. I'd say they all have top five potential. It's going to matter who they peak with. I had like two middle of the pack tiers, and then like this guy's probably in the back of the pack, right? Both, I think I like the tier list more than like doing it. There's no way I'm just going to go number one, this guy, number two, this guy. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So what I've devised is something I've done before. Oh, we were talking about Prince. Yeah, we have my music up here. Anyway, pairwise comparison. Okay. I've put every remaining option here. So there's 15 options from Derek Lunsford to Brandon Curry to Hunter Labrada. There's 15 options here. And what it will do, I'll show you.
What
It,
are our options?
it gives me two options. Then there's 105 combinations, but it gives me two options here, right?
Those
And
are
I
our options?
and you pick one, and eventually it'll tell you who wins the most matchups, and it'll rank them that way. I'll have it like that, and then I'm going to maybe switch it around slightly, or maybe make a different list based on that list at the very end for like a top five. Um, because so people don't understand this. But let me make it as clear as I possibly can. There is what I want to happen, what I think should happen. That's what this pairwise comparison would do because I'm deciding the matchups. Who wins the matchups? Like if I don't think Akeem could beat Raphael, then that's my judging criteria. That's my internal monologue deciding that. Uh, and then there is what I think will happen, what I want to happen, and what I'm judging should happen versus what I think will happen. People don't understand that. I know you get the comments that are like,
Yeah. I think it swayed your predictions a little bit, does it not?
yes, yes. So what I'm trying to do is trying to
A little bit.
see
Like
how
realistic
much.
fantasies.
Sure. Sure. It's just like this is like my totally biased list because it's me making all the choices, right? But then I can also try to be objective and say, no, there's no way they're gonna let uh there's no way they're gonna let Nick Walker win. Even if I had him, let's say he was still in and I had him winning all these matchups, I was like, there's just no way he can win with this current waist, for example. I uh I would
He
have
sure
to
did look bloated in that video, didn't he?
yeah, unfortunately we can't talk about it today because we just don't have time, but
Well, I just slipped it in. You're gonna have to delete that.
I had some words for no, no, it's fine. It's fine. I have my own words for it. And I saw Greg Doucette. I don't know if you saw his video. Greg Doucette was going in on Nick Walker. And it's like it wasn't even clickbait for what he put in the title because there was like an insult in the title. No, he was like, "You're pathetic. Your career's done. You're a has-been." It was
Yeah, I heard Bob Ciccarello's view on it.
I did watch that as well.
I
Mark,
listened to him and Sean Ray.
I'm gonna crack open a cold one. I have a orange dreamsicle today.
Coffee.
Black or
I like my I like my coffee like I like my women.
black? Strong? Black.
Hot and in the morning.
Exactly. You get it out of the day. Okay. Okay. Any questions about what we have going on today?
No, I'm more of a type of guy that learns as he goes.
Okay, I am gonna put this in the background, minimize you.
I gotta my trap feels like it's bigger than the other one. And it's sore. And I'm getting old.
I know.
Ah.
Okay.
And there's cricks and cracks.
Um, there's 105. So some of these, like some of these, like Theo versus Hottie, it's not even going to be close, right? So we can skip through maybe 30, 40 of them, but there's going to be some that are going to be tough. So I'll just try to keep it. I'll try to keep it at
Well,
knee jerk reactions, honestly, because I think usually my gut is, I think anybody's gut, I think there's studies on this. Your gut intuition, your instinct is actually going to be the most correct most of the time. Not always correct, but most of the time, if you start second guessing yourself, you end up being wrong more often than not than if you would have just gone with your first choice. Sometimes there's obviously that's just not true, but I'm going to have to stick with it for today's time constraints. So let's get into it. Are you ready, Mark's Max Muscle?
yes.
Okay. First up, Mo Foda. I just love saying the name. Mo Foda versus Theo. Well, can you say his last name?
Oh, so actually somebody sent me a message here telling me how to say it, I think.
I thought
Hold on.
I've been pronouncing it Laguerre, but that's
Le,
definitely not
I
French.
say Theo Le Guerrier.
Did they send an audio message?
Yeah, listen.
I can't hear it.
Le Guerrier. You don't hear that guy?
No.
Theo Le Guerrier.
Uh, this is actually tough. I'm actually not buying. But Mofoda was in Bob Ciccarello's top 10, I believe. I was watching his prediction videos. his prediction video, and I think like Mofoto was in his top 10.
He said Mo Foda, and I was like, did he just say? I thought he said Bruno Santos for some reason. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
he did not say the guy that beat Andre Presti. And I'm like, oh, okay, Mo Foda. Okay, yeah.
I
I'm
still
thinking,
don't.
well, he won my little underdog comparison.
Okay. Mofoto did?
Spoiler alert.
Okay, did you I started watching that video and I clicked off at his lat spread. It was one of the most awkward poses I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was a tough one to set up. I'll be honest with you. All the angles were all different. And
Because they all won, I gotta be honest, not the best shows, and they don't have the best photography.
they all lost, I believe.
This year, yeah. Yeah, because you had
I
John
think
Jewett, Mo, Akeem.
Jewett
Did you have
lost.
Akeem in there?
No, I didn't
No,
throw him in because I figure he placed a couple of spots ahead of Jewett, and he did
I
really
think
good at
so.
the Arnold. I think he deserves to be, but he does poop the bed at the Olympia a lot.
I'm looking at him in the as long as he doesn't like screw up his peak, which I don't think he will. They've done it twice in a three times
Bodak's
in a
gonna
row
be
now.
looking good. He was honkering the trucks,
Oh, I can't wait to. Okay, Mofoto is gonna beat Theo, I
baby.
think. Even though I'm not on the Mofoto hype train anymore, I think he'll beat Theo.
Oh yes,
Andrew Jack will beat John Jewett, that's for sure. This is a,
oh
this is a
yes.
this is a crazy one right out of the jump. I was hoping this one would be later and later in the comparison, in the pairwise comparison. But Derek Hunsford versus Hadi Chupin,
Derek
strict
Huntford. Did you say
Derek Lunsford.
Huntford?
Sorry, my bad. I don't know if it cut out. I probably said Hunsford. Derek Lunsford versus Hadi Chupin. Who strictly on your own, like if you were judging it, who would you have winning?
I don't know. Don't see their packages yet.
Oh,
Are
please.
we assuming
Oh,
that Derek is a little bit better than last year?
I would say
I'm not going to
bigger.
get down into this trail too far, but
I would say bigger. I'm not convinced he's going to be better in terms of a quality aspect. I think he'll be bigger. I think the
who would
midsection will
I
be a bit
give it
better.
to? I'd give it to Hattie because I think that the midsection tightness is just as important as the glute tightness, but obviously in the
Sure.
IFBB and staff, they don't.
They do, but they don't, because then you have guys like Andrew and Samson placing very high and having the most hype. You have guys like
Yeah, but
Raphael Brandao.
they have the structure and
So it's almost like you just pick and choose when you want Derek to win, huh?
no, I think they're going to
Not
give it
you,
to Derek.
not you, not you. It's
Them.
almost yes, yes. I should
Well,
preface.
I think it was a bad idea to have Hattie as champion. He can't speak English. He doesn't go around anywhere. And yeah, it is a business at the end of the day.
Yeah,
And when it is
that's
close,
tough.
yes, of course they're going to pick the better representation. Is Derek a good representation of bodybuilding? Well, some people might think so.
His brother Derek.
He's brother Derek, which I said before, I'm not into it, but I'm not hating on it. He's not hurting anyone. I don't see him, doing anything, any demonstrations or anything.
But
So, I don't mind what he's doing.
I'm
Doesn't bother me.
strictly I'm strictly just I have to go with what I would judge, and like I haven't done this comparison yet. Maybe I'll change my mind. I don't think I will. Hadi Chup, given their latest packages, even a bigger Derek doesn't beat 2024 Hadi Chupin. Like there has to be a noticeable step up in quality. He can win. It's just like the legs have to get slightly bigger. That's like the only thing that has to get bigger per
Derek's
se. The arms, but the bane,
is more
it's
separated
it's quality. Yeah, it's the
from the
separation.
front.
It's the
From the
chest
front.
striations. The back is
From the
fine.
from the side and back, he looks as popcorn fart, but
No,
from the
from
front,
from the side leg is fine. The upper body
side
still
leg,
needs to
yeah,
be
yeah.
more. Yeah,
Nobody mentioned the upper body.
yeah. Nobody exactly. I have Hadi winning. Just strictly has I would judge it. Okay.
Nothing. Nothing.
Bonac versus John Jewett. Wouldn't this make you upset?
John Jewett?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Give me Della Rosa anyway.
Bruno
Not
Santos
Jewett.
versus Hadi Chupin. Now that's a close one.
Come on. We're wasting my
No
time.
comment. Okay,
Early. It's
here's
early.
here's one that I'm actually interested to hear your opinion on Hunter versus William. You have William. I guess maybe not because you have Brandon beating not getting beat by William in your predictions, but you have Hunter beating them both. Correct?
Yes. I think Hunter's going to look awesome.
I think so as well. I will
People
pull
are
up an update.
totally dismissing Hunter.
we're going to talk about Hunter more because I'm going to pick him on a lot of these comparisons. So I'll bring up his update because I do think it's relevant. This is the one that
Not even
literally,
in Bob's top 10.
what's that?
He wasn't even in Bob's top 10.
That's right. And then I
What?
think Sean mentioned him, right? And then Bob's face was kind of like, "Oh, I forgot." But he doubled down. He wasn't in his top 10. I don't think I finished the video.
You hiccuped there again.
I was just saying I don't think I finished the video, but
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I would have assumed that he was at least top 10. That's ridiculous. That is like you're telling me he's only going to be able to beat four guys if he's 11th?
What an idiot. A
Bro, that's
dink.
your
Are we allowed
uncle.
to say that here on this
Uncle
show?
Bob?
He's my dad.
You, well,
My
you're
dad's name.
we
My,
figured out your dad was William Bonek.
my dad's name is Bob.
He's a
Bob.
Bob.
And he's a boss too, like Bob. I think all Bobs are bosses.
Bob the Builder was a
He's a foreman. My dad was a foreman.
what is the word? I don't know, not entrepreneur. That's not right.
We're entrepreneurs.
We are. What is Bob is a I don't want to say freelancer because there's a better term for it, but he was a
Contract.
yeah, private contractor.
Well, pro wrestlers are
Is that how it
contract,
works?
I
He
guess.
was a
I've never done it.
1099 guy.
I was never a pro wrestler, which is funny because people that wrestle with me, even people that wrestle less than me, consider themselves professional wrestlers.
So you consider yourself an amateur pro wrestler?
No, it's by its very style, it's professional style because it's
Yes.
fake. But I didn't do it for a living. I think the definition of being a professional is you make a living off something.
But where wrestling is a little different because professional doesn't necessarily mean you get paid. It's because it's about the whole act of it, is it not? That's what the professional like. It's a stand-in for
If you say
fake.
style, if you say style, if you say it's pro wrestling,
Yeah.
okay. But
That
I
that
am a pro wrestler. Well, no, you're not. I do
yeah.
pro wrestling.
Amateur pro wrestling. Okay. Okay, that works.
I was
Anyway,
making money, but
amateur pro wrestling.
20 to $40 a match, plus
Anyway,
what I could sell my merch.
back back to Hunter. Back to Hunter. So I saw this update. I got to be honest. After the Italy Pro, I ran cover for Hunter because I legitimately thought that Italy Pro was like one of the worst lit shows. He didn't peak 100%, but it's like he just didn't get a fair shake there, in my honest opinion. Now was but like I heard everybody, and maybe they kind of got to me. I was getting backseated a little bit that Hunter's not going to make top six. He can think about maybe top eight. Hunter is like the most shit on guy out there. But like I can't think of any like even more than Derek, honestly. You know how it is. You know how it is.
Yeah, and I'm not liking it, Bob.
But then I saw this. I remember we were in a podcast and then I saw this update. And then I was like, he's more shredded. The midsection things are taken care of to a large extent with that vacuum. You don't see him in two out of the three shots you normally see in it. So, and then you have this update that was dropped, what is it, 2 days? Yeah, 2 days ago. And he still got the vacuum. He's shredded. What would you say? Popcorn, fart dry. He
I don't
said
think he doesn't. I don't think that's in his equation to be popcorn fart dry.
that's pretty dry.
But for Hunter Labrada, but he has that almost like Bonac blocky muscle, like the glutes and everything. It's not going to be like a Derek Lunsford type dryness.
Yeah. No,
But for Hunter Labrada, this is it.
I think this he said y'all wanted Tampa conditioning. Here's Tampa conditioning with an extra 10 pounds of tissue.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, let's
We'll
see
see.
here.
Where's she? Where's she?
Let me pull up Tampa just for a second. And let me ask you here. Let me get a front double's not the best shot. Let me go to the end. Because I just don't like the way he hits it. But with the vacuum, it definitely changes things. He's not like weirdly sticking out his torso and
He
things.
actually was doing the abs and thigh here.
Okay. What does this do? If he can do this, but a little, let's just say this, because he's done it before, you can theoretically do it again a lot easier than bringing something new. Um, Where does this place at the Olympia?
This can beat Andrew Jacked if Andrew
So
Jack
true.
brings
So
a
true.
traditional Andrew Jacked Olympia version. Any
Does it
version that I've ever seen Jacked at the Olympia, this would be.
does it beat Andrew from Texas? Let's say he just is able to
No,
replicate. Okay, why?
because they're both
Structure,
on.
shape.
We've seen them both on. They're both pretty good at the Texas.
He faded. He faded. Hunter
Did he
faded.
fade fast or slow?
Yes. No, he faded pretty fast. Like he was
Because
sweating,
sometimes
huffing
when
and
they fade
puffing.
slow, they can hang on to it.
No, it was like after a round or two because they went back and forth. He was like profusely sweating. There was like there was probably like they had a mop after he was up there. You know how it is.
He didn't fade at the Tampa. Did they push him as
No,
hard at the Tampa?
did they push him as hard as the Tampa? No, I think they maybe did just like two.
De La
Like
Rosa
yeah, they
against
probably
De
did
La
like
Rosa.
they probably did one order then flipped it so that way each guy can get a side.
Maybe Jack has better endurance. That's how Hattie lost the Olympia last year. Look at the finals.
If that's
Derek
what
was better.
I
Hunter
hate that.
needs to Hunter needs to
Oh, okay.
familiarize his physique with the 2 day show.
I will say
That's
that's
the big
that's fair.
problem.
I will say excited. He said this in his September update. Excited to show the progress slash refinements that we are going to be able to present. I think I used the word refinements in my video. Maybe he watched my video and took my critiques to heart. Who
That goes
knows?
before they watch your videos.
Maybe. And then the midsection will be significantly better. I'll be more dug out, and the presentation will be on point. He's doing multiple rounds multiple times a day, right? Most
More
guys don't.
dugout, he says. I can dig it. Can you dig it?
I can. I
You
can.
get into the groove. You're groovy, man.
This is just a tangent. I wanted to really dive into Hunter because I'm going to be having him beat a lot of these matchups, and that's just my 2 cents why. I think he's going to be so much better than what was it? Italy. More like shittily. Tough crowd. Tough crowd. Man, okay.
I noticed his midsection looks a little bit larger, the rib cage.
It's the
He does.
vacuum.
Yeah. Maybe he should stay away from that.
Is the alternative much better? I know it like doesn't look that
No.
traditional, but like the alternative is literally him not placing. Maybe the people were right. Maybe not even placing top six. But anyway, Hunter over William, Martin over Akeem, Samson over Mo, Derek over Akeem, um, Brandon over Mo. These are
That
what?
that could be a possibility that Mo beats Brandon.
No, it's not.
I'm
No, it's
telling you,
not.
man. He looks small.
No, it's not. Okay.
Small.
Brandon at his smallest in the last few years was at the 2022 Arnold. He beat your beloved Bonac and won the Arnold Classic.
When?
2022 and he was like 200. I don't even think he was more than like 230-ish there.
He
If I
didn't beat
remember,
Bonac last year.
didn't beat Bonac last year.
No.
That's yeah,
Oh, he did it. He did at the Arnold or at the
he was at
or
the
no, that was
2023.
the year before.
No, yeah, you know why he didn't beat Bonac? You know why?
Because Bonac
Because
wasn't
Bon
there.
Yeah, because Bonac literally tucked his tail and ran.
You leave that alone.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. He was like, he was almost dead last of the 2023 Arnold. He, and then he just like, yeah, I got to do something about this because my physique is going completely sideways. Um, and he didn't show up to the Olympia. He didn't even try. So yes, Brandon, anyone that's at the Olympia beats people that are not there. Hate to say it. If
You
you can't,
telling me, Theo, whatever that guy said, Le Guerrier. I'm going to continue to call him Le Guerrier because I like it. You're telling me Theo beat Nick Walker last year?
yup, in spirit.
All right.
Actually, I'll give Nick a reprieve because it was an untimely injury. This year, yeah, Theo beats Nick. It's the
Bob, and then
prince.
we're saying he should have lied like Flex Wheeler lied
It's the
back in
principle of the
97.
thing. What was
Do
the
you
story?
remember that?
It's the
Do you
ninja
remember
story.
that?
Is that the ninja story?
I thought he was really I believed it.
Okay, can you
I
refresh
always
me on?
thought that was true.
Can you refresh me on what the story was?
I think he even come up on stage with a cast on and said,
Yes.
unfortunately, I was jumped
Hmm.
by, I don't know, I think he might have said ninjas, but he
No, he said
described
ninjas.
them as ninjas. The people had their face covered, and he fought them off
Well,
because
it's
he was
Flex
an
Wheeler.
MMA fighter. He wanted to get into MMA at the time, and so he fought them off. Because what really happened? He looked like a bag of crap.
Yes.
He always would cheat on his diet, eating this, eating ice cream. People would see him eating this, and they say, "You should be eating that right now." But he looked like crap, and they have
Yes.
contracts. If you back out of your contract, you can get whatever fined. I think he would have got fined. So he legitimately punched a wall and broke his hand.
Mm-hmm. That's what Sean said.
That, yeah, yeah.
And this was at
I
the
don't know how
Olympia,
true that
not the
is.
Arnold, right?
I don't know how true the hand thing is because I think you can go get a cast and get a doctor to say your hand is broken. You know.
If you can get the scripts for other things, I'm sure you can go to the same doctor and say.
Yes. Say you're all. If you don't give me a cast right now, I'm going to rat you out about the juice that you're giving me.
And this happened at the Olympia, correct?
97, if I'm not mistaken.
I gotta get a.
There's no pictures of him on stage.
Oh, really? None.
Oh, not on here, not on this site.
Oh, well, I just
Might be
didn't.
able to get the video footage or something. Well, there might
Really?
be. There might be. I don't know. Go look at it if you want. But I would bet that there's none on this site.
Hmm. No. It's all from the Arnold Classic.
They were. I think the IFBB was embarrassed of it. The whole situation.
Here we go. Um.
Chalked
mm,
up to mental illness.
I was. Where was it? Where was it? Into the Ninja. Okay. In the leading days up to the Olympia, Wheeler shocked bodybuilding fans by announcing his withdrawal from this year's competition. The given reason was a supposed carjacking incident in which Wheeler had to fight off several individuals attempting to steal his car, one of whom he said had martial arts training. Bodybuilding being what it was, Wheeler's story was often mockingly referred to him as him fighting off ninjas. Bodybuildingdungeon.com. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. No. Okay, but people can go watch that video. I didn't know there was a video of it out there, but there is.
Mike Israel,
Yes.
the
Uh,
doctor.
but I mean, like, that's interesting. I didn't. I saw Sean Ray talking about it yesterday, and it's just like Sean Ray was getting twisted over it, like it mattered. It's just like no, he wasn't really getting upset over it, but like he described it with such ferocity.
Sean's kind of a
I like Sean. I like Sean.
he's a legend, but
He
he's
is.
definitely kind of a if he wasn't a bodybuilder, if he wasn't who he is, he's just like a random announcer guy and he was
Oh yeah,
still
he'd be
acting
very
the same way.
hated.
Yes, yes.
Um, you know
It's
what
like
I
Charlie
noticed?
Sheen. We forgive Charlie Sheen because he's Charlie
Charlie
Sheen.
Sheen's one of my favorite actors
Are you bipolar?
because
I'm
of all the stuff he
winning. Do
did.
you ever hear his rap that he does? They remixed his interview. It's hilarious.
You know, when I figured out Charlie Sheen had AIDS, I was in a McDonald's and they had the TV.
I was hitchhiking when I found out about 9/11. Oh, I was. This random man, strange guy, picked me up and he started freaking out, and I thought he was something was wrong with him.
Sure, no, that's that. I mean, yeah, it was more so unthinkable at the time. And then you
Yeah,
just
but
hear about it in the
I thought it was
woods.
just yeah, I'm
It's some guy
hitchhiking. Like,
screaming about it in
dude,
the
pick
woods.
me up. You not hear what's going on in the world right now, man. He's freaking out, and I'm like, dude, let me out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna take the hike anyway.
I got home and I was actually hitchhiking home from school.
Hitchhiking home from school.
I hitchhiked home from school almost every day.
How old were you in 2001 then?
Too old to be in school. I had to go back to get my credits because I was short like 2 credits or whatever, what have you.
Ah,
So I had to take a couple classes in the morning and
I
then I
was
would
going to be short a credit, but the teacher like hated me. She didn't like me, so she like gave me an extra point literally for nothing just so I passed the
I
threshold into 60% and she pushed me along.
I figured a teacher the year before should have did that for me. You,
Yeah.
you had to get 50%, not 60, because
Hmm.
we're here in Canada, we're not too bright, but they let us pass. But I got like 248% or something. It was the same teacher, Mrs. Travis. Thank you very much for
Mrs.
making me go back to
Travis.
school. Yeah, I think she just thought I was going to quit. She
Hmm.
didn't want me to get a diploma. But I come back the next year and I got it there, Travis.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. But
I
anyway,
was I was like 19.
Oh, okay. I thought
It
you were
was
going to
one of
say
the older
something
kids.
outlandish like 24.
Well, I looked very young, so I think they let it
Well,
slide.
you look so young now.
I did then too. I looked like I was 17, 16.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, who would you have winning this little matchup here? Who's beating? Okay. No, that's the wrong question because you're going to answer it wrong because you're
Next
wrong.
question, please.
Yeah.
You know my opinion on it.
Yeah, we know your opinion. Hadi over Mo? Okay, this is an interesting one. I didn't have time for this one. Did you ever compare Akeem and Mo?
No, but after yesterday's big victory by Mo Foda, I could.
It's I I started, but then I realized it's like a simple equation. Like Mo was just too green, his like and also his posing is like really bad.
And he
It's
doesn't
like
have the best back either.
yeah, and like it's a simple equation because neither does Akeem.
Well,
But
that's what I'm saying. So, sing, if you had a good back, you could kind of make Akeem look foolish.
I think Mo can win the front
Uh,
lat spread because he hits it
Excuse me.
symmetrically. I don't think Mo can win the front double against most people simply because if he fixes his posing, sure, but like he does like the thing where like one arm is so much higher than the other, like
In the front dub.
in the front double. Yeah, yeah, and it's not a good look. Akeem is, and then like just from the side, Akeem wins that against most people. Like Akeem's side shots are top three in the world. So I was gonna do this one, but then as I was putting it together, I just realized it was too simple. So I just put I have
If you can
Akeem
beat him,
winning here.
yeah. If you can beat him on condition, then I
Yeah,
think
that
he can.
too.
But I think
Samson.
Akeem's gonna beat him.
Do you have anything to say about Del Rosa versus Curry?
Not really.
Okay, okay. This is
No,
an
I'm not. I like De La Rosa a lot. I like him as a person, but I don't think that he's. It was a win, a controversial win that he won against Mo Foda, wasn't it?
I yeah, I think I was one of the only ones in our chat to predict him to win. Not Mo, John, because everyone had Mo.
Well, I think I had John, didn't I?
Probably not. You probably had like Hassan or something.
No,
I don't think
no,
Hassan
I'm
was in
off
that show.
Hassan, man.
Yeah,
I'm off
no,
Hassan.
I predicted him to win Toronto, and then I got burned so bad when he placed sixth.
He broke once some bodybuilders break this guy's heart. That's it. No more predictions.
Yep,
None.
I'm done. Um, Mo versus John Jewett. This is an interesting one. Like John's kind of
Yeah,
smaller. Oh, you did this one. You had Mo winning.
yeah, I know, but that's that little point thing. I don't believe in that stuff. When we do points, things
Okay.
of that nature.
Mhm.
See, he was absolutely winning the poses that he was winning, and they were the back shots. And I was a little biased in my video. I don't know if you heard that, but in my opinion, the guy's winning two side shots, the other guy's winning the both back shots, and it's tied everywhere else. I think the back shots are more important than the
It's
side
more of the
shots.
physique for sure. I would agree with you actually. So, and it's just like presentation. Like John is not the best poser. He hits some things I don't like, and the midsection's not that great, but neither is Mo's. So I gotta go with John here.
Front lat spread too. I had in my point system, I had John last, but as
Oh,
I reflected, I said he actually could have won or second because Theo's back's too weak.
Theo's not gonna beat John. I would no, actually,
And I don't know what they're seeing with Bruno.
he's getting a lot of hype because he looked big next to Brett, but I think that speaks to like both of them.
Who, Bruno?
Yeah, because Brett's like a prominent guy in the industry, and like if you can look good next to Brett, then the residual hype from Nick Walker from not Nick Walker from Nick Strength and Power's hype train from the 2022 Arnold is still lingering for Brett. And if Bruno was a close second to him, then oh, imagine what he's going to do at the Olympia 15th. Oh, I will ask, out of your that four, is that like your last place? Does that include your last place? Do you think
The underdogs. That's it. Nobody's losing to any of them guys.
okay.
I
So
don't think.
who did you have dead last then? John?
In my point thing, but as I reflected, no, I wouldn't have had him
Yeah,
last.
it gets murky down there
I'd
because
have
like
Theo last. I'd have Theo last.
I don't want to say they don't care, but like it gets murky down there when you have other guys to look at first. You know what I'm saying? And I think
especially after 16. But there's 15 guys
there
this
there are
year.
now 15. Everyone will place. Everyone will place.
I think they might pay attention if there's only 615, especially if one more dude drops out, which is likely.
Oh, you have inside information?
No,
Yes, you do.
no, I don't.
Tell us.
Hold on, let me look into my crystal ball here.
Well, are you hinting at someone specifically?
No,
Okay, never mind.
no, but you never know.
That's
Bonac
true.
went to the hospital last year.
That's Brandon. You know the guy
Or
that plays fourth.
Brandon, sorry, Brandon Bonac, Bonac,
You know the
Bonac.
guy that's going to beat Bonac this year. Okay, Bonac versus Raphael Brandao. This is an interesting one. As good as Raphael is, last time he wasn't able to beat Bonac. Last time he legitimately was not able to beat Bonac, and Bonac was like bad at the 2022 Olympia.
See, this is where my own feelings might have affected my
Don't do
prediction
it.
video.
What would you
But,
do here?
but I just have a feeling about Brandao and in the Olympia,
Yes.
and you're going to say, oh, but he is a very emotional person, and he can sometimes let these events affect his emotions.
How does that affect him on stage?
It affects your physique, your very
Okay.
physique. You
Okay.
can have adrenaline, you can have little mini adrenaline rushes backstage, and you only have so many.
Neil Hill is not going to be very emotionally driven.
Especially if he starts crying. I can wear you right out.
Neil is also one of the only guys that doesn't have like a crap ton of athletes to look over. Like I can think of two, and Raphael is one of them. I'm sure he has others going to the Olympia, but like he actually gets more of Neil's attention. Like I I gotta be honest, I'm very bullish on Raphael at this point in time.
Bullish.
Bullish.
You like him or you don't?
I do. I'll show you why.
I don't know what bullish. That's the first time I've ever heard bullish.
Like for markets, I think it's a bull market, and then it's a bear market. I'm very bullish. It just means I'm very forward. I'm very keen on this guy. I'm very hopeful. Okay.
Is that
Uh,
his back there? Because it doesn't look very good. It was just some
what
random
did you
guy's
see?
back.
That's his back.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God, man.
Oh,
He does have lats. The funny thing, this guy here.
respectfully, we'll give this guy a physique. Maybe he's watching. We'll give this guy a physique grade right here. If you can just cut, bro. If
Well,
you
the
if
other
you,
picture is cut more. I think that's
but he's
him.
smaller here. But if he can get these love handles down, if he's already wider through the lats than like his wide waist, which genetically I can just tell he has,
Just
he's
losing.
he's going to be very
A
wide
little leaner there. It's just losing fat. Is all it is.
for sure.
It's an
Okay.
uphill battle for modern people.
Yeah, it sucks. Let's see.
Nah.
I'm looking for a specific update here.
Get up and move around.
Here is we'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that in a second. Because I was
There's a
telling you something
prospect right there.
yesterday. I was telling you something yesterday, I think, about who I have over Martin. Okay. Here's the update by itself. The biggest tell for me was the side glute. Raphael will not be the most conditioned guy, full stop. Okay, but I'm watching this. I'm like, okay, he's added size for sure. He's probably more conditioned. What proved it to me was here's him downlighting. It's all downlighting. He did not have this kind of separation in the side leg. It's not much. It's a few percent better, but a few percent better could have been really pushing Samson at the Arnold Classic. Let's keep in mind. And let's not forget Tyler.
Picture bigger there.
No, Tyler creamed at the sight of Raphael. You remember his recap then?
Yeah, but that doesn't hold any water.
It does. I'm afraid it does.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does. Okay, listen to the things he was saying. I remember them. He doesn't have any weak points. He can be Mr. Olympia. He is just so great. Like Tyler, get a
Yeah.
room.
He was right beside him though. You didn't see that. They had to turn the camera around. Brandao was
Oh,
right beside him and he was holding a gun.
yeah, and he's very emotional. So yeah.
Compliments. Now, do them.
Okay, and we'll get back to this one, so I'll keep this up. But I'm just saying, Raphael has the size and the structure. Like the side shots are fantastic now. We already know the front shots are good. The only thing
They're
he's
so
missing, we don't see the back, obviously. Well, actually, we
no,
saw
but
we
these
saw the
these
back.
pictures here, those are so Is this on Brandao's page?
Here's the latest update.
See
Here's
the
one.
picture, the lighting of where your father was made him look smooth.
True. They were
You
trying to
put
get
these
an
two
accurate
guys
estimate.
side by side on the stage, you tell me who's going to look smooth.
Martin will be more conditioned. I'll say that. But
So those
my
those
point is,
comparisons.
Raphael will be more conditioned in comparison to himself at the Arnold.
Which Arnold?
The 2024 Arnold.
Yeah, I know, but he did two Arnolds.
Mm. Both. He's going to be more conditioned than both, including the Ohio one.
I think he was way better at the Ohio.
Exactly.
Way better.
And he's going to be more conditioned than that and bigger.
We'll see.
Okay. We will
It's
see.
different. They're holding their poses. Okay, take the picture now.
Did you really
When
have
they're on stage.
Raphael? Did you have Raphael behind Brandon and William?
Yes.
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's so wrong.
Where's he?
Andrew versus Raphael, I got to be honest. This is a hot take. If based on what we see, Raphael should be placing ahead, but Andrew would probably still win.
Get out of town.
I like
Get out
Raphael's
of
front. Okay, I know it's not they're not the best, but Raphael on the side shots beats Andrew's side shots. Okay, they both suck
That's
in the
it.
back.
That's it. That's it.
Wait. They both suck in the back. Raphael probably still takes one of them. He has sharper
What?
hamstrings.
No, what?
Did you do a comparison on this? You did.
Yeah. Brandao's not harder than Jacked. Not at the Texas. The Texas. Nope. It's a bigger, better version. More
Meta.
aesthetic. Might be winning those two side shots. That's it.
This is 2023, so I can't accurately compare.
Why did
I just Googled it.
why did I not use
Huh.
2024? Why did I not use 2024 Jacked?
It was 7 months ago. He wasn't 2024 Andrew Jacked yet. Well, he
Uh,
was just not Texas Andrew Jacked. Oh, Andrew Jack's winning. I like
Jack
Raph.
is even winning using that version.
Okay. Okay. But I like Raphael more. I'll tell you that. Tell you that
Nope.
much. Tell you that much. Samson versus Martin. Here's my
You
hot
didn't pick
take.
Brandao over Jacked.
No, I picked Andrew Jacked.
All right.
Okay, here's my hot take. Martin beats Samson.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Andrew over Bruno. Okay, here's an interesting one I'm gonna have to rely on you on. Bruno versus Theo. I gotta be honest, I think I have Bruno.
Me too.
Okay.
And I got to get that back built up, Theo.
Exactly. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay, De La Rosa. Hunter already beat De La Rosa once. He's bigger now. Derek beats Mo. Hunter beats Mo. Jack beats Theo. I don't know if Theo can maybe pull off the upset against Hottie.
No, he looks too soft from behind.
Okay, this is a serious one. Kind of. It is getting into the realm of is this up for
Possibility.
debate? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it's possible.
What are the
I'd be
odds?
like, oh my goodness, but I wouldn't be like, no.
Yeah.
It would
Okay.
be a
What are
big
the
one.
odds? What are the odds?
15%?
That's really high. I was expecting you to say something lower. I thought you were going to say
No,
five,
no.
2.5.
There's
No,
many
that's crazy.
variables. You can throw 5% in there. Just anybody could beat anybody if
Sure.
somebody's sick.
Okay.
Michael Daboul threw up on stage.
I did a comparison of these two guys. Martin beat Andrew. It's the back and the conditioning. It's as simple as that. And Martin's front shots and his shape is good. It's obviously not Andrew's, but it's just the size, the structure, and the
In a lineup that helps though.
in the lineup it helps. I gotta be honest. I think there is a possibility. And now that I think about it, I think 15% is actually more reasonable than I maybe my knee-jerk reaction was, but
Calculator right here.
it, if Andrew, okay, let's say this Texas Pro Andrew 2024 from 2023 to the Olympia, right? He fell off. What if this version of Texas also falls off the same way that 2023 did to the Olympia, maybe even 2022 if you want to account for that? Does Martin beat an off Andrew Jacked like normal
And
Olympia Andrew Jacked?
Martin's New York peeled.
Yes, no, he definitely is. We
Well,
saw the update.
then that's if Jacked is was he worse in 2022 than 23?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if he brings that soft version, his abs weren't even like he did that abs and thigh at the Olympia last year. I say Hattie Shupin beat him in that abs and thigh
I would
at
agree.
the Olympia because his abs were they didn't even look deep. Yeah, I think Fart and Martin could beat him.
I think it's actually pretty high if Andrew shows up off.
Does he get the Jesus fish on his foot?
Jesus fish. Like, what do you mean, a cross?
No, a fish, the little Jesus
A
fish.
Jesus fish? What does that mean?
You don't know what a Jesus fish is? Because we are
No.
now living in the time of the Pisces or
Oh.
whatever they call it.
Oh, gross. Oh, I
No,
was
you've
hoping
never seen a Jesus fish before.
no.
Seriously? I think it's on Brett Wilkins' foot.
No. The twins. No, I was hoping we'd see
That
that
guy,
back.
if that's the package that he's bringing to the Olympia,
This
right
one?
there, I got news for you. He ain't winning.
He's coming to win.
The funny thing is that guy's way more built than any of us.
All
Maybe
right, so
not Xavier Wills, but
this guy's arms are better than Martin's.
yeah, full of synthol.
They did look a little sus. Okay. This update, this like rep one video did have like okay, well I guess this kind of shows it. But like the back conditioning, like I had Raphael ahead of Martin, but like then I saw the back conditioning on Martin. I was like, I don't Raphael's not even up to the thickness of Martin's back, let alone the conditioning. Like I don't think Martin will be more conditioned. I'm just saying Raphael will be better than the Arnold. So it's it's tough. It is okay, but then you see, we're getting off track. What's the one we currently have? Andrew Jack. This is such a tangent for something that doesn't even matter. Oh, Akeem over Bruno. Better side shots.
That's going to be one where you might be wrong, but I'll
Because
agree
he's
with you. I'll agree with you.
if he's off, are you saying that? Or are you
I
saying
just have a feeling. I have a feeling that Bruno's going to do something. Or
I think
no. Sorry. I'm confusing Bruno and Mo. I don't know why.
yeah, and Mo's not that
Don't know
good.
why.
Get a grip. Okay, this is an interesting one. There are legitimately some people out there that have Andrew beating Derek. That have Andrew. I guess I shouldn't say just beating that because I have a lot of people beating Derek personally. Andrew being Mr. Olympia this year. What are the odds that happens?
All the IFBB has to do is decide on it, and they could tell you exactly why Andrew is beating Derek Lunsford, and we would all say, "Yeah, I see it," because all of us fans are saying it right now. So if they do decide, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
I don't
I
think it's
don't
going to
think
happen
they're
either.
going to make that. It's too much of a decision, too much of a change to make all at once. It's like,
They
so
got
what
to
are
move
we
him up a
watching
little
here?
bit first. Okay,
He's got
okay.
to nail it. First of all, he's got to live up to his end of the bargain
That's so
and bring a
true.
good package. Because if he doesn't, then they'd have no choice.
And I know like a lot of people like Chris Aceto and them are going out there and saying he's five. I've heard so many figures. I can't remember them. Like he's above 300 pounds, I think. To me personally, that's not what I want to hear. Like I
He's over
don't.
3. That's what he told Dave.
Why is that supposed to give me hope? His problem is conditioning. It's not size at this point. He doesn't need 5 pounds added to the back. He needs 5 pounds better conditioning to reveal the back he already has.
He does look sucky though when he's smaller. Remember, he looked small next to Samson at the Arnold.
That was a year ago, though.
2 year.
2023.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. See.
I'm gonna pick Derek. That's who I think. Honestly, I don't think Andrew's quite there yet. If he is, but this is me assuming that he's just not going to crack the code on conditioning. I think if he does, like the argument for them, like that's what did EP09 say? That's where the money is.
How
It's
much
just
longer do we got here?
ours.
Okay, well, not hours, but I'm gonna go make another coffee.
Okay, okay. Please.
I haven't had breakfast yet.
Neither have I.
You should eat, build up your muscles. I'll be right back.
Please. That guy is a real nutcase, let me tell you. He has William Bonac winning over Brandon Curry. I'll tell you why that's wrong. Uh, Not even getting into the comparison of it. It's the politics of it. Brandon Curry has never placed outside the top 5 as long as he's lived with the title of Mr. Olympia. So since 2019, he's not placed outside the top five. I think he'll maybe get pushed out this year. I probably have him like fifth or sixth. Um, I'm hopeful for Brandon. He's a veteran. He's a veteran of the sport. But William Bonac is not beating. Honestly, he William may even beat Brandon on substance. He's not beating him on the political game, and he's not going to beat him by substance enough for it to matter. And I'm so hung up on this because Mark has made a video about this. He's dying on this hill. We're gonna go up to the very end on this one, so it's gonna be very exciting. It's gonna be very exciting. We haven't placed a bet on it, but I'm fully expecting Brandon to win. I would place money on it. I don't know about to Mark because if I lose, I don't want to lose to Mark, but I would place money on it. Anyway, I can give my thoughts on this one here before Mark comes back. Hunter versus Martin. I got to be honest. If Italy Hunter shows up, which I don't think he will, if Italy Hunter shows up, Martin will beat him. Would you concur?
Lighting was bad. We can't tell how good he looked in Italy.
It's not just lighting. Look, I'm the first one to run cover. It's the midsection. Martin is just as complete, not as big. Like Hunter's a big dude for sure, but
All the way, big dude.
all the way big dude. But Hunter with that midsection issue, that's tough. That is tough to overcome in this era. Like we've seen situations where you don't win more poses, but because you lose the midsection area, you lose the entire show. So
Now, to me, when they're down in sixth, seventh, eighth, I think that means less. They're more interested in
less eyes. Yeah.
who's winning the shots.
Okay.
But once they get into the top three,
It's a
the
vanity
little
thing. It's more of
minute
a vanity
details
thing.
are like, okay, we can't allow the guy to win with bubble.
Exactly. Okay. I don't know who you have here. I have Hunter over Martin.
Yeah.
Like it's those updates. It's those updates I showed you. I have
I
Martin
just
over John.
Hunter, he always gets a good spot at the Olympia.
Exactly. Exactly. Derek over Raphael. Okay. This is
Now
where
here's where we're gonna disagree.
this is where the rubber meets the road. You have Martin, correct?
Correct.
I he's my father. He's my father. We're very close. He's very dear to my heart. It's 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 the size difference. It's like can Martin out quality that and like win on the back?
Yes. Not in
That's
these
the
pictures. Not if you're using these foolish pictures that somebody Brandao set these ones up, I bet.
it is a I think this is Brazilian.
He's a
Uh
little red-eyed too, your father, if you
like
know what.
Portuguese, but I think it's Brazil.
Ding!
Just woke up. This is a morning update. What are
Yeah,
you trying
he
to say
woke
he
up all
does?
right.
What are
Wake
you
and
trying to
bake.
say he does?
I know what he does. He should move to Canada, eh?
Okay, how close is it? How close is it between these two?
It is different call-outs because of the condition.
How there's okay. This is where I completely disregard your opinion because what a foolish take that is.
Hey, I get crap on my, what do you call it, my video.
Yeah,
Well,
I
people
just
message me sometimes and tell me, how dare you be so disrespectful? It's
yeah.
like, dude, calm down. You can comment on my YouTube all you want, but don't come onto my Instagram because I will tell you off if you invade my Instagram.
Well, I do that.
Well, you can tell me off on the Instagram all you want.
Okay, okay. I'm going to stick. I have a comparison coming out with Hunter, Raphael, and Martin today. I think today. It's R- Martin was my winner, not my prediction. But this is I said I was going to make my final predictions. I'm going with Martin because that's who won my comparison. That's who won my comparison. Andrew Jack versus Hottie. I've compared these two.
So
It's
you're
it's
just trying to set yourself up to win no matter what.
so true. So true. Do you have Andrew Jack beating Hottie?
No,
Okay. Theo versus I'm having Theo over Bonac.
you better not.
Raphael over Bruno. Samson over De La Rosa. Martin over Mo. I don't know who's on that Mo hype train still, but okay.
Bob.
Akeem beat John once. Yeah, it's true. Better side shots.
Mm,
You didn't even
yeah,
compare John with Akeem.
yeah. I think I did before.
Akeem wins. Hottie versus Samson. We saw that you've done a comparison with new Samson. I haven't had
I
that.
am I am high on Samson.
Zip it up, bro.
No, I'm telling you right now, I think Samson, see, your generation reads into stuff too much. Back in the day, they were allowed to say things and they were like the word gay meant happy, back in the day.
I don't care if you say gay.
No, but it meant, and donkey meant ass. See, the donkeys, when they'd let the donkeys out in the springtime, they were so happy, the donkeys, and they'd say, "Look at how happy, or look how gay those asses are."
All right, that's a thing. That's a thing that was said on the Project
It was
Bodybuilding
said a
podcast.
lot back in the day when that's what they say all the
It's
time.
not. It's not that I overthink it. It's because the words have taken on an entirely different meaning. Like no one says happy for gay anymore. More people are saying no one says gay for
Nobody
happy anymore.
says nobody says it that way anymore.
Yeah,
It
gay
was changed.
gay.
When I was a little kid, they still said it all the time.
Well, that was like
It was
50 years ago.
well, not that long ago, 40.
Okay, so I the more I watch of this footage and the more I watch your comparisons with the photos that came out, I am very bullish on Samson as well.
Bullish.
Bullish.
I'm Turkish on him.
Mm.
No, man, if anybody could win and leapfrog the other guys,
Who has a better
it's
chance? It'll come up. Who has a better chance, Samson or Andrew, to be
oh,
Mr. Olympia this year? To be Mr. Olympia this year.
yes, the public. Oh, Andrew Dact, Andrew Dact.
Exactly.
Nope. Samson, Samson, Samson. Not even close.
Okay. I have Hottie beating Samson as of
Yeah,
right now. I will say
yeah.
Samson has a better chance than most people think to be Mr. Olympia. Andrew Jack over De La Rosa.
There's a tough one right
It's
there.
not tough. It's not tough. I was waiting for your reaction, but it's not tough. De La Rosa
Bob
will win the season.
Picarello, Bob put it in everybody's mind.
Well, Bob, you know what I've noticed about his show? He'll just say like random one word things every so often. You know what I mean? Have you seen it? It's
And
just
he'll
like,
say, like, you can't handle the truth. Jack Nicholson. And it's like, well, I know that was Jack Nicholson.
oh, he says that like a lot because
Yeah,
I saw
he'll say like a famous saying, and then he'll say who said it. Johnny Cash. And that's like, yeah, I got
Cash.
it. Well, he'd say like whatever Johnny Cash used to
No,
say.
I was that's what he does. He'll take like a word of a sentence that somebody else said and repeat it. He does,
Oh,
he does
during
no,
the
he
interview, like if Sean Ray says something, he'll say it.
yes, and he'll just blurt it out. It's so interesting. Go
But
back and watch it.
he's getting
I
a little, I can't rewatch Bob Channel. You kidding me?
okay, I have
I
John over
did I
Mo.
did good to get past the well, we're starting the video now. Let's start
No,
listing off our
I
sponsors.
literally,
We have Panada here and
it was like 2.5 minutes of sponsors and introductions.
holding up shirts and oh my goodness.
Panada, and I'm also sponsored by New Tech. I'm sponsored by every company at the exact same time.
And we gotta mention Tyler Mannion, J.M. Mannion, Jim Mannion.
I get, I have John over Mo. I don't know what you're smoking, but well, actually, I think maybe I can make an educated guess. But De La Rosa, it's just the quality on him is unreal, and not even just the quality of his physique, the posing. Mo's going to be in trouble
Sage.
with the posing.
I burn that. Keeps the evil spirits away.
What am I even talking about? Mo got beat by what's his name? John De La Rosa a cup once by a
Debate,
couple of
deb-
placings.
debatably.
Was Mo second
No, it was
though at
one and
Tampa?
two. It
Oh,
was one
okay.
and two.
Okay, then I
That
think
was
maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. But still his
a lot.
posing is not that good. I'm not super keen on him. I got Del Rosa. I have William over Akeem, Hottie over John Jewett.
Akeem did beat William before. Last time they
20
competed. Last time they competed.
at the Arnold.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bonac lost to a lot of people, didn't he? He even lost to Clarita.
Yeah, like I said, he lost to a melting Rami. Well, Rami was better at the Arnold, but still, like
Hey.
those quads were disgusting. Let's be real here.
Should have beat. I don't even want to get into it.
Okay. Do you have Hunter over Andrew? Do you know anybody that does?
Yeah, Andrew or Hunter Labrada's camp.
This is a good one. Akeem and John were neck and neck at the Arnold. Um, did
I guess John.
Akeem Akeem got beat at the Arnold, Ohio, but did they flip during the Arnold UK?
Yeah,
Okay then.
they flip flop.
I'm going.
John beat him in Ohio, right? And I'm going
That's
by
what I thought.
memory. I might be wrong. And then Akeem beat John in UK.
And Akeem is, as long as he doesn't screw up the peak, like he's going to be very, very good. Like,
I did put John ahead of him in my predictions.
yeah, but just for historical precedent, they like when Akeem is on. So if Akeem is on again, which I think he will be, why can't he beat John again? You know what I'm saying? Doesn't on Akeem beat on John is basically what I'm
Ugh,
saying.
I hate when they hold those little things in their mouth.
Yeah, I hate that. Just put it on a timer.
It's so like, look what we're doing now. We're putting a thing in our mouth and taking the picture. Ugh.
Man, look at this. This is crazy. Slides. Yeah, okay. I'm going with Akeem.
I like what IFBB Pro Robin Strand says. You just take a video and take a screenshot.
Exactly.
You're gonna get a
Exactly.
better. You're gonna get a better pose that way.
Okay.
See, if everybody listened to IFBB Pro Robin Strand, we'd be living in a happier
Well,
world.
Robin Strand is actually a thinker.
Not a stinker.
That's so true. Uh, Mo over William, do you have that?
How about I
Better,
give you this right in the side of the jaw? No, I don't have that.
better not. Okay, here's one for you.
Oh, Chick does.
Here's one for you. We can have William over Hottie.
No, no, not even 2017 Bonac. Well,
Yeah, that's a tough one, actually. That's not cut and dry. I think 2024 Arnold Hottie would beat him, but we don't know what we're going to get, of course. Here's where you can chime in. I don't even need to say anything because I think we share the same opinion here. Andrew or Samson, who's placing higher? Who
I
beats
think
the
that
other?
I just think that Samson traditionally brings it to the Olympia. He's been top three. He's always beat Andrew Jack at the Olympia. Why should it change now?
One
Look at
has
look at that.
one has
Huh?
cuts in the hamstrings and glutes and
Look
a
at
cuts in
that.
the back. The other doesn't
One destroys the other from the side. Not even close.
and keeps it close in the front.
And keeps it close in the front. People don't realize that. It is close in the front.
I'm glad we don't disagree. I'm glad we don't disagree.
Well, I
Samson
like
over
to
Hottie.
disagree sometimes.
Raphael over Mo. I think in my cursed predictions I sent you, I had like Hunter in third.
Hunter could get third. Don't kid yourself.
Yeah, because the guys like that I have occupying third and fourth, at least in my mind right now, this may tell me something different. Andrew and Samson, they're guys that aren't 100% spot on every time. So yeah,
It's
but
possible.
Hunter
It's
isn't either.
possible.
Hunter
It's
isn't
not
either.
possible that he's going to get second.
Okay, let me show you something here. We have
What,
Samson
Brandon
versus
versus
Brandon.
Samson? Yeah,
I
I knew
haven't
you were
released
going
this yet. I hope I have time. It's all done. I just got to film it and edit it. This is an argument I was saying. This is just the argument I was having with myself. This is this is 2021 Brandon. What if he was able to just get back to form this much? I know that's a lot to ask. And this is before the France Samson. Let's just
Samson's still destroying him in the legs.
okay, hold on. Hold on.
This is 2021
Yeah.
Bonac?
Uh, yeah, it's Bonek.
21?
It's
That was a
it,
decent version.
exactly. That's what I was saying. I was like, if he can just bring a decent version, what can he do? What can he do against these new guys?
It's missized there a little bit, isn't it?
No, it's the angle. Samson's like looking up. It's
Yeah, the
Brandon's
bottom
back.
of the
It's not what it used to be.
his rear lat was his only decent.
The rear double used to be good. I know the
Mm,
lower body, but the rear doubles used to be good.
eh,
Okay.
I
And
just don't see it.
kid, okay. You don't think, is there a possibility 2021, like, okay, let's say Brandon proves you wrong, brings 2021 version. Is that able to withstand the new guys?
Some of them. I mean,
Is it able,
he might beat Martin.
okay, is he able to withstand Samson?
No.
Okay. I would agree for now. I think even like, and that's like the thing, like he has to bring 2021 or better to even be like kind of in the argument. Like he can't bring 2022 Olympia where he's way too full and sloppy. He can't bring 2022 Arnold where he's too small. He has to be,
2020, he was small, but he was ripped.
I think that could do okay. He has to bring something like 2021. I think he can play the size game and kind of let conditioning go to the wayside to some extent, but but
Yeah, but it's harder when he's older too.
he's got to bring the yeah, he's got to bring the size. And I don't think we're going to get the biggest version of Curry. I think we're going to get a very good one. I don't think we're going to get the biggest.
He's at a bad age right now. He should be a little bit older. 43 is your second prime.
I think Brandon still beats John Jewett. Raphael beats Theo. Breeds Theo.
And Brandon breeds Theo.
Yeah.
But
Dude.
Theo pollinates some flowers along the way.
These are. Now we got some easy ones here.
I remember looking at Samson and Curry back at the 2022 Arnold and thinking, geez, Samson could probably beat Curry.
Yep. Samson. I know there's some Brazilian fans that would disagree, but Samson's just an
Oh,
upgrade from Raphael.
Brazilians did not like when I put him
10th?
ahead. Or yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, he's not going to be 10th. That's ridiculous.
Eh,
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, I know he's going to be ninth now because Nick Walker's out.
Okay, even ninth, like it
And
gets
I
a
was
little
looking at my
better.
last year's predictions,
Were you
When
right?
I took Nick Walker out of the equation, I actually had a lot of them in the right
In
order.
the right order, just maybe not the right
Yeah,
placings.
and I didn't pick the winner, so it was totally you got to
Well,
pick. If you don't pick the winner,
you didn't
to
pick
me,
Hottie?
I picked Hattie to win last
Oh,
year.
you were right then. What are we talking about?
We're looking at history books, not what we think happened.
I'm rewriting the history books.
Can't.
Here's one.
The winners always write the history.
Don't we know? Here's one for you. Martin versus William.
I got Martin.
Yeah, exactly.
That's our dads.
The morale is this is
Our
my
dads.
my dad. Did you ever have a debate back in school? My dad can beat up your dad
Nobody ever argued with me when I was growing up that their dad could beat up my dad.
because your dad was a hoss.
He'd hit you.
Was he
He's
a big
he,
dude?
he's rugged. He's bigger than me, but no, he's not a great big. But he was known
He's a little feisty.
fighting
Okay.
arm wrestling. He boxed, and
Okay.
he's in his 70s now, and I would not mess with him.
He's got that
He's
old
one of
man
those
strength.
rugged men that like works all the time, doesn't stop.
Still does.
Oh yeah,
They can't stop. No, these older people, they
no,
can't stop. They have to be busy. Just a different mentality. Um, Brandon over Bruno. I got to be honest. I knew I said Bruno would be last. I don't think he will be last anymore. But here's
I
a
don't have him last. Oh yes, I can't remember.
Bruno versus John. I kind of have Bruno.
I did. He's got a little fig Newton.
Where?
Where do you think fig Newtons grow?
He has Gyno?
I don't know what it is.
Okay, no, look at this. Look at this. Oh, like here, like this.
This is at the Legion though.
What are you even talking about? Of course, it's at the Legion. It's this recent show.
Yeah, but you want to look at his pro show or his win.
No, I want to look at him when he was the best. I don't know. And the lighting at the Europa wasn't the best.
Europe. Yeah, here's where that fig Newton comes out in the side shot.
Is it Gyno? I think
I
it
don't know
probably
what
is,
it
but
is.
why is his like nipple like scabbed?
Maybe he was picking at it. Maybe
No,
some seagulls were picking at it.
no, what I think maybe happened, and this is completely off of a guess. Maybe he did have gyno. They didn't remove the gland, and the scar is still there. But
It
if he's
was
had
the
gyno
bond.
before, it's going to more than likely come back if you don't get that gland.
Yeah. Jay Cutler had it taken out, and for the rest of his career, I could see his Napoleons looked weird.
Have you ever seen Raphael's nipple? They're like on the bottom of his pecs. Have you seen that?
No. Have you ever seen my Arnold Classic where there's no guidelines video?
No.
Really? The guy's Napoleons were down by his stomach. They melted down.
Okay.
Never seen that?
No, you'll have to. I am interested in
I
watching that. You'll
was
have to
so
send it to me.
cruel. I was so mean. People watch that video and they're like, "You're such an a-hole," and other people are like, "Oh, I love this. How mean you are. How come you don't talk mean like that
Exactly.
anymore?"
No, the people love it.
I was younger and I didn't think any of these pros would actually see my videos.
Okay, take a look. You see, like they're like on the line of his where the pec ends on the bottom. You see that?
Well, Hunter's is in a great big meteor hole.
Okay, okay.
I
But
can't. Yeah, I do kind of. I
and then
thought it was
also,
more
where are
muscle.
they here?
Like,
Where are they here? They're underneath. That's why you can't see them. They're small and underneath. You can kind of see it more here.
yeah, you can see it there.
And then when he like flexes, like when they're a little bit harder or a little more stretched out, they're literally like on the bottom of his. But hey, I'll take this over a gyno every day. Every day. I'd rather have that than whatever Bruno's nipple scars.
I wouldn't mention it
That's
if I was in front of him.
no. Bruno looks a
He's,
little rugged.
yeah, he's a real big man.
That's the thing. That's why I think he beats John.
He is big.
We can't see him next to. Is there him next to Brett?
That was just a little announcement. He is big.
No, he is. No, I fully agree. Like next to Brett, he made Brett. He was bigger than Brett. Brett didn't win on size. I'll tell you that much.
Brett. I like that name though, Brett.
Yeah, mid. I like Bruno more.
My brother's name, Brett.
Mid. Man,
Brett McMahon Hurt.
What would Vitor Boff do in this lineup?
Vitor Boff. Not much. You got to grow some legs there, Boff. Sorry, man.
Do you have Bruno over John? I've already made up my mind.
No,
Bruno. Okay, that's fair.
I just think I don't know. John's not going to be overwhelmed by the moment. First of all, he's been to the dance. What are you clicking? I'm not even seeing you
Sorry,
click.
sorry. There a lot of them are filler. Brandon
Don't you be
versus
making
Hunter. Okay,
decisions for me?
this is a good one.
Oh, that is a good one.
This is a good one. It
Mhm.
really is like what we you talked about earlier. Hunters always enjoyed a favorable placing. They always give him the benefit of the doubt, right?
Yep. They like his physique.
They do the same to Brandon. Which trumps which?
Hunter.
I think so. It's simply because
He's at a
Brandon
bad age right now. He's 40, 40
Bra-
even.
Brandon is absolutely basically they have to weather the storm, and then like if they make it to 42, they can usually get a little bit better. It's like the
43, 43. I'm telling you.
it's like a dead
I'm
cat
43
bounce.
right now. So the day I turn 43, I'm in better shape than I've ever been. It's just 43. There's been
Okay.
two Olympia champions, 43. You think it's a coincidence? I'm more
Uh,
built now than I am than when I was 40.
who? Hold on, let me guess.
Two,
Chris Dickerson?
43.
I thought Chris
Yeah,
Dickerson was 42.
43,
Okay. And then Sean?
43.
Okay. Okay. I
It's the
still
magic age. Bonac is how old again?
41, 40.
3. That's why he's getting better this year because he has that magical number, 43.
Yeah, he is because it's wait. Oh, he's
Almost 43.
oh no. He'll be like last this year, but he'll win next year. It's okay. So you're gonna be wrong
No,
this year.
I think they got his birth date wrong. So I'm older than Bonac? Wow.
I'm seeing the same thing everywhere.
Yeah, he's 42. I thought he was the magical 43.
Get wrecked. Okay.
Well, 42 is good too.
I have Hunter over Brandon. I gotta be honest.
Coleman
It's
Coleman
not
was a 42-year-old Olympia champion.
he was or wasn't.
Was. I
Oh,
think he won the title when he was 42,
he should
2005.
probably shouldn't have.
Oh, in 2005?
Yeah, he should have. Did you
You
see
telling me
Jace?
that soft old Cutler should have beat him in
Did you see Jace
2005?
Delts in '05?
Jay always had massive delts.
No,
Always.
he slapped
Why?
on some clay.
Oh. I remember watching bodybuilding at that time, and I had no idea what clay even was. I didn't even know that what's his name had clay in his arms. Oh gosh darn it. Ernie Taylor. I just thought he had huge triceps.
I don't know if we'll be able to see it a whole lot from it. You can kind of see it, and
There's one there. It shows his delts.
it's kind of. I don't know why it's so slow all of a sudden. It
There's Superset Man's sizing video, I think, isn't it?
well, there's that. There's the video out there, this famous video of him and Ronnie next to each other. Right? It's literally taken like from the front row, like in
One of the most famous moments.
exactly. You can see it there. You can
I
see it
still
there.
like bodybuilding at that time.
So I will say, Brandon, this matchup is definitely winnable for Brandon. But I just haven't seen him. I just haven't seen him. Simple as that.
Hey,
So
beat him last year.
yeah, he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have. I know like the hospital thing, but he just definitely shouldn't have.
Maybe he made that up.
I'd have John over Theo. Did you have that in your video?
Yes.
Good.
Theo, I was not impressed by his performance.
Okay. Give me the odds that Samson beats Derek.
I say
Uh,
less than 15.
less than 15? No.
Yeah.
I'll make something. I'll say it
I
right
think
here.
it's the fact that if he does get through the asteroid belt known as Hattie Shupin, it lessens his percentages of beating them both. I think his chances of beating one of them are 15 or maybe even
Did you
more.
have Samson or Derek in your comparison? I had Samson in mine.
Yeah. With the make sure I mentioned that it's pitchers, and pitchers are more on who's winning more poses. You're
Not the
there.
transitions. Yeah.
The condition of Derek is just blow your mind. But still, Samson
Okay.
had a soft stomach at the Arnold or at the Olympia last year, and that's why I was like, oh, okay, well, he's not really beaten Derek because his gut sucks too. But at
Derek
this
sucks even
France,
more.
I don't know about that one right
Okay.
there.
Listen. I here's my odds.
Samson's got the big split in his abs.
Just to beat Derek, if this is the two-man call out that exists, I give it close
Then
to
it's
50.
then his percentages go up if he already
I think they go up dramatically.
not more than 15%.
I would say 35.
Oh, what have you been drinking this early?
Maybe it's my own like it's just so odd and I'm trying not to be biased, but like literally when I try to give Derek the benefit of the doubt with anything, I can't even do it. Like it's like he's back, glutes in a vacuum. There is nothing else to him. There is nothing else.
He's
Samson
wide.
on a 5'5" frame. So
Hey, I hope Samson does beat him, but
I
I
hope
just don't. I think they're set on the top two.
I am rooting for I don't think so. I don't think it's set. I'm rooting for anyone over Derek. I'm rooting for anyone.
Hallelujah, brother
Okay.
Derek.
Honestly, as much as I hate the Andrew Jack hype, I don't hate Andrew Jack. I hate the fans. I would prefer him over Derek.
You are a fan.
Uh in terms of physiques, I'm more of a fan of Derek's than Andrew.
You're a confused young man, I can tell you that.
Okay, but I like odds Derek beats Samson. Martin beats De La Rosa. Raphael beats John Jewett. Adi beats Akeem. John De La Rosa
Dolorosa.
beats Theo. This is another one. Like it's just I have to go with jacked. It's just
Hmm.
like what Brandon will. Okay, but I have to be honest. Does like the smallest version of Brandon from the 2022 Arnold beat Andrew?
He did last year. He was no
He also
better.
no Andrew and
I
Hunter
think
both should have been ahead of Hunter.
I think Curry was worse at the Olympia than he was at the Arnold.
Well,
His
yeah,
Arnold version
yeah.
wasn't even as bad as people thought.
It was just
And
small.
he was, yeah, I know, but he was still bigger than at the Olympia.
Like look at that. The lines are
Yeah,
great.
Oh, look at the yeah. He looks solid.
And
It was just a
honestly,
downgrade from
with
his
the
last.
with the upper body being downsized, the legs actually look pretty imbalanced here.
The legs compared to Olympia, his legs here look good.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Uh,
this version here
does this beat Andrew?
good.
I think he's a little too deflated here.
A terrible Andrew, yeah.
Okay,
He
let's go to
beat
the
him last
back.
year.
Let's go to the back. I think it could. I think it honestly could.
Not a Texas.
Not a Texas Andrew. Okay.
No.
Okay, then that's well that switches my you're really counting on Andrew being worse than Texas, not just like
Yes, absolutely. You don't nail it 2 times in a row like that, unless you're Samson.
I have Andrew over there, Brandon.
Samson competes. Samson can compete.
Literally, if I just had like anything to go off of, I would be able to make such a better decision. But literally, like Brandon has been so stingy, you can't like what is there
Yeah,
to go off of but past placing? So Brandon is
I know.
going to in these matchups, and when we get the final list, Brandon will probably be lower than he should be simply because I have nothing to go off of, and you're only as good as your last show at that point. And his last show sucked. Like it
I just
wasn't
think,
good.
yeah, I just think he's gonna be the worst Curry we've ever seen.
No. Derek. Oh, this is a tough one.
Hattie, what did you do? Did you just click on
I,
Fitzwater?
I clicked on Hottie.
All right,
Bonak versus John.
Bonak, all the
It's
way,
going to be
Bonak.
close. Here's a good one. I'm interested in your opinion. I did this video. It's I gotta edit it, but what do you think?
I got Hunter.
I do as well,
If I
but
did a picture comparison, I might think the other way, but
I had Raphael winning over Hunter, but I think Hunter will place higher. What do I know? Samson over John? Raphael over John? Yeah. Did it
Samson over
once.
Bonak.
No. It's this is another one. Brand
Fitzwater over Curry.
Martin well, Curry, depending on what he looks like, can beat someone like Martin. And these middling guys, he can be like the top of the middle tier.
See,
It's
this is where my percentages are all thrown right off because Curry should beat Fitzwater.
I agree.
All If you did a poll, if you did statistics, absolutely Curry's going to beat Fitzwater. But I just think Fitzwater's going to beat him.
I'm hoping
I
for
think
literally anything from Brandon. Like, can we get literally anything?
I'm afraid not.
What do you think about this form?
Hey, it's all about the physique. It's all about the physique.
It's
I
like
learned that other techniques that I dissed in the past might actually see how he's coming up. That works the back
it
pretty
works the
good.
lats more than a regular pull up.
I
Even though,
find doing pull-ups this way engage the lats more than people do them like wide like that, thinking they're going to widen their lats.
yeah,
That's not
it's
how
just
that's
false.
not how it works.
It's the
I'll do
elbows.
them I'll do them straight ahead like that, and my outer lats will be sore the next
It's
day.
the elbow placement. It's the elbow trajectory.
Yeah, I'm not one to pick apart techniques. It's all about, and when you get lean like that, it's more about keeping the muscles pumped. You're not going to build muscle at that point. Know what I'm saying?
I got to be honest, Mark. If he's more conditioned and brings the legs, like this is no, listen, this is
Eggs at
not
40.
no, this is not even he okay, let me say this. The legs do not need to be bigger than this, and he can hold on to top five.
Top five's rough.
There's an open spot in the top five.
Not in my opinion. I think
Who,
he's going to have his hands
who's
full.
solidly fifth?
Well, I think Martin's going to be in
Solidly
there.
fifth? Okay.
I don't know. Where do I have him? Well, you got Hattie, Derek, Samson, Andrew, Hunter. Yeah, there's your top five.
Here's the comment. What I heard is that he didn't basically have an offseason and all basically started to train 16 weeks out and was small. One of the best structures and really, really nice round muscle bellies. Of course, he will probably get in decent shape in 16 weeks. I don't think he'll be top six this year. Yeah, that's what was his what's his name? Um, what's his coach's name? Abdullah, former coach. That's what he was saying. Um, and he does that, but he's been managing. I got to be honest, if he can bring a little sharper conditioning in the legs, which is possible, like this was Brandon, this is what Brandon was able to do in a few months and in the hospital the day before.
Yeah, but he hasn't been training really hard.
Okay, imagine that he didn't train for this. He trained 16 weeks out for this, and he
Yeah, but
had
what?
the. You're not giving Brandon enough credit. You're not giving Brandon enough credit.
Yes, I am. I'm giving him credit for being smart, and he knows how old he is. He knows he can't win this show. He knows what happened last year, so he's not going to push it. He's going to
No,
go in and he's going to relax and he's going to see where he places. That's just what I think is going to happen.
I
I
think
don't think that he's going all out. I think like Kevin Levrone, when Kevin Levroni's last year, he kind of just he was not going to push it. He knew he wasn't going to win. Go out there and
he
do your
was
best job to beat Bonac.
he was he,
Seriously.
no, he was look, he was in the hospital the day of. He did not peak that last day. And he was able to bring something worthy of, I don't think top 4, but top 6. At least top 10. Um it, and that's being very so conservative. He would have beat Charles Griffin. He would have beat Regan. He probably would have beat Tonio. Chris was an interesting situation because Chris was so big. But
Criso, Criso.
like imagine Brandon would have been still pretty mid compared to what he does bring. But Brandon, with just literally just that extra day to peak and dry out, well, I'm so confident in that. Not to win, not to win, but a lot of people. Okay, let me ask you: do you think he's regressing this year? Do you think he's getting worse than this year?
Absolutely.
You're wrong.
You don't know if I'm wrong.
I do know. I
We'll
have the
know.
only pictures of Brandon Curry out there. No, I'm kidding.
We'll,
I
we'll
wish.
know. We'll know later. We'll
I
know
don't think.
later.
I don't think we'll see a worse version than that. Not this year.
I think it's time.
This is the hardest one. I for Brandon. Does he beat
Yeah,
Martin?
I think last year still thought in his mind that he had a possibility.
You
This
think
year,
this is his
no.
last year as well? Is that what you said?
I think this is the first time he's ever going into Olympia knowing that he's not going to win. The year before, he figured if I beat Ramy, I can win the title, and he did beat Ramy, but it was a big. He got fourth instead. But before that, he was getting second every year. So he was, and then last year kind of let him know, no, they're getting me out of there.
They're not getting him out of there. They placed him fourth and he looked like crap.
Yeah, but so did Andrew and Hunter in the finals,
They should have
especially.
beat him. They both should have beat him and they didn't.
Yeah, they were punishing them for not bringing a good package.
I will say this.
I can see that.
If Martin is not clearly top 5, like if he's on the cusp of 6 and so is Brandon, they'll give it to Brandon.
No doubt.
Okay. I'll put
No
Martin there
doubt.
for now though. I think his ceiling's a little I don't even know if I want to say his ceiling's higher because okay, theoretically Brandon if he's done it before, Brandon has the potential to like show up and be second. Let's say, right? That's
Second
so
to the
unlikely.
Olympia.
Sure, that's so unlikely, right? That's so unlikely. Like it's just not going to happen. Like I know we've only seen like very minimal updates, but just based on what we see, we're not getting 2019. We're just not. Is Martin's what is Martin's ceiling? Fourth? I would put Brandon just a bit higher than that.
I think he could beat Hunter, but I don't know.
I think he
It's
can
a
beat an off Andrew.
slim possibility of that.
Then stars have to align, but I think he
Andrew.
could beat Andrew.
That's why I said there's a slim possibility of that.
Brandon already beat Andrew last year, and he looked like poop.
So did Andrew.
I'm going with Martin, but
Andrew's physique, a big physique like that, if they're off, it's a big matzo ball hanging out there.
okay, yeah, it's a big eyesore.
Yes. A big soft
Okay,
eyesore.
okay. I look. I don't. I'm not predicting Brandon very high, but I want everyone out there to know Brandon. is not done. I can tell you that much. Brandon is not done. Watch he retires on stage. Honestly, Mark, Mo versus Bruno.
Mo,
You,
Mo,
I
Mo.
absolutely not.
What? You got
Maybe,
Bruno over Mo
probably.
with that great big Fig Newton?
Okay, you're right. Mo's posing bugs me so much. It's bad. His midsection's not that good either.
Yeah, but Bruno looks like he's got a bad attitude and he's in a bad mood. He's about to fight someone.
It's good for marketing.
I don't think they like that. Look at
Yeah,
Roger Walker. Why do you think Roger Walker never placed high? You don't know who Roger Walker is.
I know who Roger Walker is. He
You
looks
never noticed he had a bad
he's
look on his face?
I think it was the haircut.
He called Arnold an effing a-hole. And
Well,
after
was he?
that, well, he might have been. After that, though, he placed dead last. You don't mess with Arnold. That's why Mike Menzer got fifth that year. So he got into a fight, physical fight with Arnold backstage.
Let's see here. Look at the back. Look at the back.
He's got a good back.
That's all I need to hear. That's literally all I need to hear. Conditioning
He does.
could be a little dry. I don't
His
think we can.
conditioning is better than people think.
Yeah, I was right. Bruno over Mo. Andrew Jack over Akeem. Hunter over Bruno. Samson over Hunter. Martin over Derek.
No.
Derek over Martin. Raphael over Akeem. John over John. Oh, I did this one. I did this one.
De La Rosa. I think De La Rosa. I think De La Rosa will get a better
We're
spot.
ending off with a good one. We're ending off with a good one. It's like out with the old, in with the new potentially.
See, there's certain guys where I could have put into that position of the older guys like Curry and Brandon. They're going down, down, but I didn't put them past Raphael. I still have him losing to them.
I
It's
got
like the year. It's like the year they put Dexter Jackson down in. He put them between. Dexter landed in between Justin Rodriguez and somebody else, and it's like, wow, you could have put him down even further if you
yeah.
wanted.
Okay.
And I think that's where Brandon's going to land this year. They're going to put him somewhere where
I'm
he
picking
could.
Brandon. I'm picking Brandon.
Good, good. No, you're going to get hate from Brazil.
Okay. You ready for the here's the list. First, Hottie.
Hmm,
Second,
interesting.
Derek. Third, Samson. Fourth, Andrew. Fifth, Hunter. Sixth, Martin. Seventh, Brandon. Eighth, Raphael. Ninth, William. 10, Akeem. 11th, John. 12, Bruno. 13, John Jewett. 14, Mofoda. 15, Theo Laguerre. I'm pretty happy with this. You got to be honest. That turned out better than expected, did it not?
It's Le Guerrier. Theo Le Guerrier. Le
What
Guerrier.
What do you think? What do you think though?
I think this, you save this here. This might actually be the outcome of the 2024 show.
I'll save it. I'll save it for sure. I want to make a change.
Oh,
I
you
can't
do, eh?
make changes. I can't make changes, so I'm gonna go to my slides here. Here are my final predictions, Mr. Marks Max Muscle. It's been a thrilling season. It's been a thrilling season to say the least, has it not? One of the better ones,
Better than last year.
for sure.
And it doesn't suck as bad that Nick's out this year as it did last year
Exactly.
because
Okay.
we've seen it. We've been hurt before.
Oh, let me ask you, is he done?
No,
Is he ever going to win the
I have my own opinions on it.
Is he ever going to win the Olympia after this?
He's got just as good as a chance as Andrew Jack.
Wrong.
Okay, but
Actually, no.
I have my own opinion
Probably
on it,
Andrew.
and I'm not. You think Andrew has a better chance of winning
No,
the
no. I'm
Olympia?
saying they probably have similar because they're
Yeah.
apples and oranges. But I would say Andrew probably leads by like a percent.
A lot of people are mad at Nick though for doing this, but I have my own opinions on it.
Okay. Here's the problem. This little debate right here. Hottie versus Derek. No matter where they place, okay, actually it does matter. If they are both not fighting for first, like let's say Andrew comes in and he's on and he's winning, that's where the interests are, right? Let's say they're like, this is where the money is. Okay, let's say they're no longer fighting for first.
Our channels will go up in stock if that happens.
Let's say they're not fighting for first. Does Hottie beat Derek? Yes. When they're fighting for first, does Derek beat Hottie? It changes it.
See, that's where I say Bonac and Curry change. So
Why?
whenever they were not going for whenever Curry wasn't winning, Bonac usually did place ahead of him. And you could be right. If Derek's not going for the win, like a big Ramy usually didn't place second, did once.
I like Akeem and 10. I think he really rounds it out. I wouldn't change. I think that's the only one I would change. I don't think Bonak's out of the top 10. But
Who else is who
that's what I'm thinking.
one Soda, Guerrero,
I think
Bruno,
the only
Alvarez?
one
Yeah,
the only
Akeem
one
will be doing good to get 10.
the only one capable of beating Akeem, like switching out from 11th through 15th, is John. And he's done it before this year. He's done it before. But I think Akeem has a nice placing in 10th. I'm okay with that. I'd put I'm gonna have to put William in ninth as well. It's it is what it is. Like
So disrespectful.
he was ninth last time he was there.
My grandfather's name was Wilford. William.
Okay. Raphael in eighth. Okay. I'll tell you this much. I'll tell you this much.
What are you going to put him way up there for? What are you
I'll tell
doing with 8 and 7?
that's Brandao and Martin. I
In what order?
That's so tough. That's so tough.
What do you got on the sheet?
Yeah, how close was it? Okay.
You better wrap this up in about 10, 15 minutes because I
Okay,
gotta go.
okay. We are.
I gotta go get my chicken breasts. I gotta get a pre-workout because I'm dieting
Mark,
and I'm in a
how
bad mood.
how unrealistic is it that Raphael beats Martin?
It's not unrealistic at all.
What are the
From
odds?
from fourth to ninth, you could rearrange that. Eh, yeah. Well,
This is so tough.
Bonak's not beating Andrew. He's not beating, but he is. He is in certain ways.
Yeah, yeah. Detail. Posing.
Andrew's not a bad poser.
Yes, he is.
Who says?
His
He,
posing routines are not good.
he does the splits, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what people think. They think, oh man, he hits that shot really well. Yeah, and then everything else is garbage. It's not a very good routine. I'll say that.
Listen, Phil Heath is not garbage.
Well, he wasn't a very good poser. He just went up there and hit the mandatories.
I know. I just think it's funny that you called him garbage during the press conference in 2017 or 18. Dexter Jackson, he
Called who?
said,
Called Phil
he
garbage?
said, no, because everybody was dissing Phil back then. He said, listen, Phil Heath is not garbage. That was his compliment to Phil. And Bob's like, oh, gee, that's quite a compliment. I guess you're not garbage, Phil. But that's what Dexter said. He was actually trying to be polite. Listen, Phil Heath is not garbage, he says. And neither is Andrew Jack.
What can I base this on? What can I base this on? Should I flip a coin? Like honestly, like
You still worried about Brandao and Martin Fitzwater? You got Curry right in the middle of them there.
correct.
Oh, the Brazilian fans are getting mad. I think when Nick dropped out, it did light a fire underneath Brandao.
Okay. Odds odds are Brandao wins. Evens, Martin wins. 1 to 100 number generator. Evens, Martin wins. Live by the
Well,
sword, die by the sword. I don't know what to tell you. I got
Brandao wins.
Oh, does it even look
Martin and eight.
right? Does it even look right? No,
Top eight for Martin. Whew.
that doesn't look right. Okay. Think about how William, okay, but they're going to be a different call out. William, there's a divide here. William will not be in the same call out as Martin and Raphael. It's just not possible. So I guess
Oh,
it's
really? Even though he beat Beirut Tabani this year?
robbed.
Interesting.
Bro robbed him blind. Bro robbed him blind.
Hey, we're not talking about robberies or not. We're talking about the final product.
Okay. It's at a pro show. William will not be afforded those luxuries at the Mr. Olympia. He's not
William,
Brandon or Hunter.
I think
So
they
the
like him this year. I think they like him this year.
Okay, and also they got up on stage with the promoter and cried together.
Who, Bonac?
Bonac and Emilio
Yeah.
Martinez.
Brandao cried during his posing routine.
That was part of the routine. I'm
Part of the routine. I think he had a few little toddies before he walked out there, is what happened.
gonna put a divide here. Ooh, do I? No, I can't. I can't predict that. Um, you know what? I will change it. I will change it. Yeah, gonna be exciting though. Gonna be exciting. And then the moment of truth. Okay, and I gotta be honest. I'll go straight to first. I have to be honest. I'm gonna not to be like heroic
Are these
when
your official predictions?
yes, not to be like heroic, but I gotta stand up for what I believe in. Derek Lunsford is a shitty Mr. Olympia. We're going with Hottie Chupin as the winner. They're not gonna do it. I will die on this hill. I will die on this hill. They're not gonna do it. With what's happening in Iran right now, the Iranians are looking at that like, are we even gonna get him back next year? You know what I'm saying? I would almost I would almost bet money, unfortunately, that it's not going to be Hottie.
But you're
I
putting him
refuse.
there.
I refuse to put Derek in first.
Yet you just got done saying that they're probably not going to give it to Hetty. But you're putting Hetty in there.
I
This is what you think is going to happen, though.
I don't care. I don't care. Derek's lucky he's not fifth.
So what you're
This was
telling me is you're totally
biased.
certifiable. No, you're totally certifiable.
Are you using that word correctly? Certifiable.
Yeah, you're a lunatic.
Yes. No, look. This is how much and it's culminated. Like I've been saving all my Derek comparisons for the end. Bro should not have won a damn thing. I can tell you that much. Nick Walker from 2024 New York Pro could have beat him, probably not with the stomach. It was way too close for comfort. I'm doing that comparison. I decided to put it out anyways, even though like Nick dropped out. Um, Hottie, I haven't done this one yet. Hottie versus Derek. Hottie at the 2024 Arnold, even against a bigger 2023 Derek. Because I don't, like I said, we talked
You've
about
done
this at
that
the beginning.
comparison?
No,
What?
Andrew Superset Man. But I got to compare them one on one to really break down the details.
Oh, yeah, you did the five-way.
I gotta look. Derek has no business beating most guys in the top four. Most guys in the top five. I think he should beat Hunter narrowly. If we're beating
Hunter's
off
midsection's no better than Derek's.
if we're beating off to the shape, my shape. Okay, Hottie has the shape now. He has the better quads. He has the better midsection by a mile. He is more complete, more shredded, top to bottom, front to back. Derek's back is better. His glutes are a bit sharper. He has a vacuum. Is Hottie's shape that much worse than Derek's? Absolutely not. Anyone that thinks that is a fool. A fool.
Well, back in the day, a fool was like a clown. See, I've been through all this before. This is like a I hate to hate on Jay Cutler, but back in the day when he was going against Ronnie Coleman, I thought, how could they give this pillow the Olympia title? I thought he was so soft, no separation. We're coming back. We're coming right out of the '90s era where everybody's ripped to shreds, and I hated Jay Cutler. It's exactly the same way people are talking about Derek now. Been through this before.
Derek, no, God, Derek is such a weak Mr. Olympia.
Well, could you imagine coming out of the Ronnie Coleman era and seeing Jay Cutler? What would
He
you
is the
think?
weakest Mr. Like he is on par with like an '07 J. He's kind of like in that same vein. I feel.
Oh, good Lord, '07 Jay sucked so bad.
Have you compared them? That's a good one.
Ah, I don't even want to look at '07 Jay. Ah, soft.
No, that's a good comparison. I wish I
You
had
know,
time.
he was better in '08. You know that?
Was he?
Yes.
Well, I think they were trying to rectify the
I
past
will
decision.
I will bet my life on that. He was better in '08 than he was in '07.
I can't
That's his best
remember.
pose.
I can't
That's his
remember '08 off the top of my head, but this looks pretty bad.
look at that. Look at that. No separation in the quads.
No separation, some separation.
The arms were an issue too.
No, I noticed that immediately. Yeah,
Soft
soggy
badonkadonk.
badonk.
Yeah, look at '08. I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
You click on '08 right there. You can see it.
Oh
Yeah, there
wait.
you go. No, you're doing the wrong. There you go. Go to at least the back shot. You can see his glutes.
That is better than '08. I
It
mean
is.
'07. '07.
It is. It is. I've done a side by side comparison, and I've come to the conclusion that they punished him in '08
For the past, yeah.
or '07. And was Dexter better than Victor Martinez? Meh.
It's marginal if he is. '07. What's his name? Victor is actually really good. Okay, but
I
back
know
to
he
what I was
is.
saying. Look at this shape on Hadi Chupin. Just disregarding Andrew Jack. I didn't want to pull up the whole website. Is this better than Derek's front double?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is with this vacuum, is his shape better than Derek's? Legitimate question. Is it better than Derek's?
You know, Derek's got a more dramatic V taper, but
Smaller
that's
waist.
about it.
Okay. How much
That's about
better?
it.
How much
Plus,
better
you're
is
well, when it's that close, are you not going to look at these big bumps that Derek has under there and think, huh? Well, it's like
exactly
when you see their delts. It's like, well, maybe Hattie would lose a point there.
horns in the glutes and weird lumps in the lats? It's like those two things counteract that. Look, the argument for
They're
Hadi,
not going to address the lats as much
that's
as we scream and
ridiculous.
holler about the lats. They're
That's so
not going to address
ridiculous.
them.
This
What,
is
that they don't address it?
and Bob actively and publicly addressed Hadi's delts in 2021.
Yes, he did. He said that that was why he didn't win. So why not mention these lats that at least say what it is? I'm not an
And
expert. I don't know what it is.
the lat and the glutes as well. Like Derek has horns growing out of his glutes.
They all do, I think, nowadays.
Bonax and Derek's are more
Hunters.
noticeable.
Look at Hunters. Especially
Hunters,
that one year Hunter had huge big bumps.
let's see here. Hold on. Hold on. We'll finish. We'll
Brandao had
finish up here,
bumps
but
all over his glutes.
take a look here.
Yeah, Hunter has those too.
Not as bad as that, but it can
Oh,
go down. It can go down in a year. It can like that's not synthol. Obviously, no one's putting synthol in their glutes. It is just rampant injection, right? Um, yeah, he does. They've
told
been
you.
worse though. They've been worse, and you
And
can tell.
Brandao had lumps all over his glutes at the Arnold Brazil.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
Even my man Antonio Burton mentioned that.
did you predict Derek to win?
Yes.
That's the safe decision. It really is. Guys, I'm being so for real. Derek has out of anyone the highest chance to win. I refuse to put him in first. I don't believe in what he's selling. I know it's foolish. I know I said I was going to do something else and I did. I believe, look, in my mind, and I don't think this will happen, but Derek should not even be beating Samson. Andrew is up for debate. Derek should not be beating Samson, let alone Hottie.
So you're not buying it, eh?
I'm saying he shouldn't win. Probably will.
But this should be your probabilities of what you think is going to happen.
Yeah, it should be. I hate Derek that much.
You see, you know who is buying what Derek is selling?
Literally everyone else, and I
The
don't blame them.
IFBB. The IFBB is.
Yeah, they are. So I'll say it. I'll say it. Derek has a better chance. Okay, actually, I think these two things can be true at the same time. Derek has a better chance than Hottie to be Mr. Olympia, but they both have chances. Okay. I'm just representing the minority here.
Yeah, I think their chances are about the same
I don't. I think Derek has a much better chance. I think double the chance of
because
Hottie.
he's the current because he's current Olympia champion.
It has everything to do with Hottie being from Iran and not being that good of an ambassador. Like, look, it doesn't take a genius. Like, no one has to be a geopolitical expert. Things are not going to be
I
that
think that I think that backlash from last year really put a
that
sour taste in everybody's mouth.
oh,
Mine, I don't like that.
okay, but the Derek camp at the IFBB is looking at Hottie saying, well, maybe Hottie is better this year. Can we get him back next year with everything that's going on in the world? Is Look, bro can't even speak English.
I'm just more concerned about all that backlash.
I That's what I thought too. I thought
Like,
maybe
could Hattie have not gone out and said there was a contest, I lost. Don't be mad at Derek about this. No, he didn't do that. He took
did he
his
not?
trophy off and walked off.
He said it later though.
Did he? I don't know.
I
I
think
never
so. I
heard
think
him
he
say
made a
anything
post about it.
after the fact.
Correct. After many threats to Derek as well.
Bunch of idiots. Bunch of idiots. It's the people that are so like a country. Like, we don't get all excited over Chris Bumstead. If he loses, he loses. Just because he's Canadian doesn't make me he was robbed, or I don't get overexcited when he wins another title.
Hold on. Last thing. Last thing. And it's so upsetting because like
Hello, Super Set
no
Maniacs,
no
and welcome back
okay.
to my channel.
Let's say Hottie 2024 shows up. Just he matches that, right? Let's say Derek gets bigger but not better in terms of quality things. What happens? Okay, no, let me back up. Those two versions show up. Bigger Derek, but not better Derek. 2024 Hottie Chupin shows up. Who do you think should win in your mind? Marx Max Muscle is a judge. Who are you voting? Who are you giving the thumbs up on?
Is Derek the exact same condition, just bigger?
Just bigger, just a little bigger. Let's say you added 5 pounds.
Derek wins.
Who you're giving your vote to Derek?
Yeah,
Why? Let me
beat him
see.
before. Beat him before.
No, 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 no. Who is Marx Max Muscle having win between a slightly bigger Derek and 2024 Arnold Hottie?
Derek,
Why?
because I don't think that Hattie
Where's it
was.
at?
I think he was better at the Arnold, but I think that the lighting was terrible at the Olympia. So
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
I think
that's
there's
fair.
a little window of, okay, well, if you make Hattie a little better and a little worse, they were closer. I think he was closer to the Arnold version than a lot of people think.
Give me a second here. Let me pull up some footage for this little outro. Uh the
Yeah,
superset
because
man.
I'm out of coffee and I'm not having a third.
Okay. Well, I got one more thing for you. Where was his it's not here. This is only shorts. Um, where is the superset man challenge at?
Hello, Super Set Maniacs, and welcome back to my channel.
I love superset man.
I'm in love with Super Set Man.
I am married to superset man. Beat that.
I have Super Set Man in a cage out back.
Hold on, let me loop this. Can you see it?
Yes.
I'm putting our faces over Nick Walker. I don't know if it moves it, but Actually, I'll minimize our faces. Okay. This is your top four, of course, minus Nick Walker. I just didn't have the video of him not included. So, who did you have winning the Superset Man Challenge?
Hattie.
It is, I gotta be honest, everyone that predicts Derek is predicting him for non-physique reasons. Is that, look,
Simple
uh,
fact is, I would have put Hattie winning last year
during,
between the two.
okay,
Yeah,
when you
at the
saw them,
Olympia.
okay,
Even after,
sure.
even now.
Isn't that upsetting? Oh, everyone, please go subscribe to Superset Man. I think he just hit 25K. Um,
Did
but
he?
I think so. Yes.
Hey, that was Mark's Max Muscles channel. Did you see that?
Oh, hold
Hey,
on.
EP09. A whole
Whoa,
bunch
what
of
is,
them. Project Bodybuilding.
who is this? Handsome
Here's
devil. Okay,
There's a ghost in my room.
that's scary. Okay,
Man.
give, it's as simple as this. Everyone is predicting Derek for non-physique reasons. I can't. Look, if the same thing happens again, like if I have a situation where I think anyone, not just Hottie, I'm not a Hottie fan. I think Hottie has the best chance to beat Derek. But if there's another situation where I think someone definitely should have beat Derek, I'll be very disenfranchised. Very disenfranchised. Because I don't get into the sport for who's the best ambassador. I get into the sport for who's the best bodybuilder. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
It's I'm not done with bodybuilding if someone undeserving wins the Olympia, but it does put things into perspective, and that goes for anybody. If Hadi is off and he wins,
No, I'm not going to have any more. I told Dylan to wrap it up.
I'm wrapping it up. I'm wrapping it up. But to finish my
She was going to
rant.
bring me another coffee.
Oh,
She didn't
well,
know I already had two.
yeah. To finish my point, I I hope someone deserving wins this year. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Oh nine
Derek,
Jay Cutler. He could
yeah,
win.
he's deserving. And Hotty's the only one that could beat him in this lineup. Derek couldn't do it.
Fisto. The legs on him.
So
Huh?
yeah, those are some nice quads.
The arms on him.
Mid.
That's Fisto.
Mark, grade my predictions on give him a letter grade.
It's as good as what I'm going to get. There's no real. Yeah, you could have put Samson as low as fourth.
Fourth, yeah. Andrew
You
is
could
highest first. The hype is real. No, no,
I don't see it. I
I
don't
don't.
see it.
I don't agree. But the IFBB is looking at all this hype. They're they'd love to have it. They'd love to have it at the helm.
They love to have it, but the guy got to come in condition. Like they wanted Big Ramy in there for years and years. And finally, he brought the striated glutes, is what they were asking. And yes, the rest of them kind of melted off, but they asked him for the striated glutes. He brought it, so they kind of had to give it to him.
Okay. So yeah, that's my goal. I not my goal. I have no say over it. It's nothing I can do. That is my wish. I don't think Derek deserved it last time. I hope for a deserving winner this time around. Can we ask for much more? I don't want my guy to win. I love for Hottie to win. He's my favorite physique up there. No, no, no. He's one of my favorite physiques in the upper echelon. I think I like Samson more. Um, but I just want the person who should win to win. And last year, it was so obvious that it wasn't Derek. It's not even funny. So those are my predictions. Those are my final predictions. Um, everyone, I did fall into the camp of uh Everyone sees the top two as a foregone conclusion. I do not think it
A
is.
lock. It's
I
a
don't
lock.
think it is. I don't think it is. I think Samson and Hottie could go 1 and 2. Apples and oranges is great for marketing. It would be great.
Then the Derek lovers are going to be upset. The Christians.
The-
There's,
no,
there's, there's more of them than the other ones.
the Zoroastrians.
The ones that got mad at Derek for last year. The ones.
The ones, yeah, this is devolving. But no, my wild card picks, my wild card,
Could you imagine the backlash if Hattie got third or fourth? Oh.
he shouldn't. I don't see him doing that. I don't.
No, but could you imagine if they punished him for last
Oh, I
year?
can't wait to watch. I can't wait to watch it unfold
I
before my
would
very
not
eyes.
want to be in the building, I can tell you that.
I could, yeah, okay. But
Know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't want to be who won.
You know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying. Oh, Mark. Mark. That is that is
Now you know what I'm saying. You didn't
I
know what I
you
was
can't you
saying.
can't make those in your windows against a particular group. I wouldn't want to be in the
Vista
building.
was a part of that group.
I'll give you my wild card predictions. Samson Hottie, Derek.
I go as wild as
Andrew
Hattie,
first.
Derek, Samson.
That's
That's
as wild for you. That's
far
your
as I'm
wild card.
taking her. Yeah. Well, maybe Andrew could beat Samson, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. That's going to do it. What a great season. We are 4 days out now. Okay. Very last question, I promise. Rate the season on a scale of 1 to 10, this regular season. From last year at the 2023 shows at the end of the year that qualified for this year to
Four
now.
days. I give it a C.
C. No. For modern bodybuilding, this is an A.
Hey, I'll tell you when we get an A. It
No,
was an
this is
A. It was an A at the start of the season, but then it kind of went back down to like
you
a
know what?
D.
You're right. We had Bruno
The
Santos
a-
running a show.
the
B
average.
plus.
But at the start of the season,
B
we
plus.
were getting an A.
I should reserve A for like when we have matchups at every single show. Well, that would be like S tier, like, and that's not going to
If
happen in this era. That's just
if
not
it
going to
had
happen.
continued with like your your Creezos,
Yeah, you're
and if Nick
maybe
Walker had a stayed, and if what's his name had a won his show, Quint Beastwood, a few things at the end of the season kind of put it
Nexzilla
down.
kept competing.
Nexzilla dropped it. Yeah, I rate it. Yeah, the average C.
I no, okay, average based on what we've been getting. It's not a C. It's above that.
I'm taking
Like,
the whole year.
what was 2023?
D minus.
I would say
Suck.
something. Yeah, that's why I think
Suck.
this is B plus.
Plus Hunter didn't look the best there at the
No,
end.
like it can get better, but are we even going to see that? It's unlikely. Guys just don't compete as much anymore. It's going to be
You got to
exciting
see
next
the
year.
Olympia first.
I'm
You got
gonna
to see the
I'm
Olympia
gonna see the
first.
Olympia, and I'm waiting for the IABB schedule for next year. I think this entire season was a B plus. We'll have a recap of the entire season and the Olympia soon enough. But
I
yeah,
think you should turn that plus into a minus, and maybe I'll agree with you.
best I can do is B average.
What's your channel rate on Social Blade?
I can't remember. I looked at it like 2 days ago. I want to say B minus.
B minus. That's good.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh,
A B? You kidding me? I think I'm a B minus. See, all those grades you got in school don't really matter. It matters what Social Blade tells you. You're
it is.
getting a B minus. Yes, sir. You're right with me. $2,000 a year?
That's crazy. I don't know
A
if that's
couple
actually
hundred
what it
bucks a
is.
month in your bank account? That's not bad.
Um, this month is incredibly inflated. I want people to know I have no problem putting my earnings out there. I really don't because it's like I didn't take the money from anybody. Nobody's, like donating it. Like I don't get a lot of super chats. It's usually all just from ads, so I don't really mind showing people. But yeah, it's like
But you have the capability of getting money from people.
I've had some super chats. That's what I meant. Like it's not like money like I like that someone directly gave to me, you know? It's like they gave with their viewership. It's like there's a contract, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's what it is. If anyone's
I
curious.
can't believe you get the same rating as I do.
I don't know why that is.
I think I got a B minus.
Hmm. Well, that's because this channel is just popping off. I have a podcast and you don't.
Yeah, well, if I had me on my podcast, I'd be doing good too.
That's so true. You're the only reason this podcast does well. Oh man. I just realized I didn't optimize my screen sharing for my videos that I put up earlier. So honestly, hopefully they don't lag too much, but oh well. Any final thoughts?
Fisto, Jay Cutler, Pyramid, Dylan's half crazy.
Can you do the Cyril sneer about my predictions?
I gotta get into it.
Oh,
I
okay.
start
I'm sorry.
talking. I gotta get into the serial sneer. See, I can't just do it right off the hop. I can do Krusty the Clown. Remember the time Krusty spelled Shiksa?
I
SHI.
I hear this every podcast.
I think there's a T in there.
Okay. Everyone, it's been a great season.
Hey,
Mark,
it's
Mark, I
okay.
want to thank you personally. You were on the first episode of the podcast. You're technically on the last episode of the podcast this season. I don't know if I'm going to count the Olympia, but you've been a great addition to the one of the only additions to the podcast. So I want to thank you personally.
Well, I have been blessed, so I like to share the blessings.
Okay. Well, it's very respectful. Thank you for coming on 20 odd episodes, I would guess. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming on. Everyone, thank you for watching. Those are my predictions. Leave yours down in the comment for sure. Leave me who you think should win and who you have winning. Again, two totally different things. Obviously, I could not succumb to I succumbed to my own subjectivity, unfortunately. But hey, that is what it is. So like the
Well, that
video.
kind of occurred.
What's that?
Oh, I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But so make sure you like the video, subscribe for more. And I think we'll probably see you back for an Olympia wrap up podcast on this channel, but you'll see me before the Olympia for sure. So like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video.